He called me early. He's like, yo, when you sparring, I'm going to come to the gym. I'm like, I'm going to spar at 4 o'clock. I really didn't think he was going to pull up, but he pulled up. It means everything, his advice and listening to him in the ring. He calling out little shit. I'm trying to make sure I do what he say. So a hell of a blessing to have Bud, Floyd, all these guys backing me, and I appreciate them. I'm just trying to keep pushing and keep getting better and better.
But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
When it comes to pure skill at 135 pounds, Shakur Stevenson stands out as the most technically gifted fighter in the division. After an intense training session with Stevenson, boxing legend Floyd Mayweather finally shared his thoughts and his words immediately sent shockwaves through the boxing world. Having witnessed Shakur's abilities up close in the gym, Mayweather offered rare and honest insight into what he saw behind closed doors, from elite footwork and ring IQ to discipline and mindset. Floyd's comments made it clear this was far more than a routine workout. It felt like a moment that could signal something major for Shakur's future and the sport as a whole.
Cause he told me, I hurry up, so. Yeah. Let's fight.
Stevenson prepares for his upcoming clash with Teofimo Lopez. His training intensity has reached another level, day after day. He has pushed himself both physically and mentally, refining his skills while adjusting to the added weight. Stevenson has focused heavily on movement, timing, and balance to counter Lopez's power and aggression. He's been sparring elite-level partners, including working with fighters like Terrence Crawford to replicate the challenges ahead.
Because Teofimo is at his most dangerous when he's counted out. And this is going to be one of those fights where he's going to be counted out. Because Shakur is looked at by and large as the guy who can dominate boxing in this generation, right? It's just a matter of him getting the opportunity. I myself have felt that he's the guy who could and should be dominating boxing if he gets the right matchups. But bro, this is one of the rare matchups, if not maybe the only matchup, where I feel like it's a big threat here to Shakur. And then it would all come undone only because of this reason. Teofimo Lopez, we've seen him at his best, but he typically brings out his best characteristics when he's back against the wall and he's counted out. And he's going to be counted out in this fight. By and large, people are going to side with Shakur in this fight to win the fight because he's the more consistent fighter, he's the more class fighter overall, and he's just so damn good. But Teofimo has a way, when you're so damn good and he knows you're so damn good and everybody feels like you're gonna beat him, there's just something about Teofimo, man. He brings out a different level and somehow supersedes that guy who is that damn good. I've seen it. We've seen it already. I'm not saying anything that anybody else hasn't already seen, okay? I'm just stipulating it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't know who wins this fight. Because again, your better head says Shakur, but then you think about, man, Teofimo. Again,
He's got the X factor.
He's got the
talent to
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Shakur is extremely talented and could be the face of boxing as far as being that good and being that dominant, even though no matter how good you are. But this is one of the rare fights where you can get beat. And I don't ever want to hear any of you tank nut huggers that he fights one Uber driver after another. If Shakur Stevenson loses this fight, I don't ever want to hear any of you saying, oh, well, what about Shakur now? Tank this, tank that. 10 fights they got it.
Strength training has also become a priority, as he looks to add more power to his punches. His commitment is undeniable. He's even skipped holiday celebrations to stay locked in. With his body in peak condition and his mind fully focused, Stevenson looks like a fighter ready for the biggest test of his career.
And that was a
He
hell
did
of a
that.
performance too. A hell of a performance too. So yeah, I mean, I think he's hit or miss. You got to think he got stuff. He a little cuckoo too. Like he has like a little mental lapses every once in a while. Look at the Kambosos fight. Like that's a fight that people would never expect Kambosos to win, and he won a grueling match against him as well. So I just I don't know. I don't think he can get it done against Shakur when it comes to like because it's going to be just a skill match.
That Teofimo Lopez often receives heavy criticism and is sometimes underrated in the build-up to major fights. According to him, a key reason is the spotlight surrounding Shakur Stevenson. Stevenson draws more media attention, has a larger fan base, and generally enjoys greater visibility, which can cause Lopez to be overlooked despite his proven abilities. Lopez brings explosive power, speed, and real championship experience into the ring. However, Stevenson's rising profile and strong narrative often overshadow those strengths. Malik Naji believes this imbalance affects how fans and analysts evaluate both fighters. But he strongly warns that underestimating Lopez, especially against a fighter like Stevenson, could be a costly mistake.
Of being in the ring,
Yes.
Shakur Stevenson. Obviously, you guys are both in Las Vegas. I'm hearing that you did link up today. A face-off happened between the two of you.
Yeah, face-off happened. Things of that nature. Just to create the things that are in motion already. So we're really adamant about fighting each other next, and I can't wait for us to really lace it up. And I see him across the ring, and really when that bell rings, lights out for him.
What's it like seeing him now kind of face to face? When you look at him, what do you see? Because obviously you're not locked in just yet, and the closer it gets to a fight, obviously things turn a little bit. But when you do look at Shakur, what do you think of him?
I think I don't think too much of it. I think that he believes in himself. That's one thing. But I'm here to destroy his dreams and all that he wants to do and become. You can't take this from me. I worked very hard for it. I've bled for this, and I'm not taking nothing from him, but I just believe that what's gonna happen next is for destiny in the boxing ring to decide.
How close is the fight between the two of you, and when could we kind of expect to see you two face each other?
I'm ready to fight. Honestly, I could fight tomorrow. I've been staying in the gym. I've been really serious about my work ethic, everything. I hear people say this and that, and those are naysayers. I've done very well for myself at just this short period in time. The fight should happen very soon, and as long as the people on that side, the business side of that side, I just like to fight.
Yeah.
So let's make it happen.
How frustrating is kind of the business side of boxing? Because obviously fighters, as you say, just want to get in the ring, but there's so many hurdles to go over before you get there. And we always hear of fights falling through, fights not happening. Ryan Garcia, for example. How frustrating is it for someone like you?
There's detours for a reason, right? There's sometimes roadblocks along the path, and sometimes you get upset because you're like, why is it really like this? It should just, but as you start understanding a little bit more, or just realizing certain things, it's out of your reach. I can't control it so much, and this is why I really am trying to make boxing great again, but hopefully with these networks and everyone else and
There you go. Okay. Right here. I can get to me. Hey, man. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, hook there. Double hook. See that?
Right? Of course, I'm talking about Shakur.
$4 million. Ooh, we didn't get into Shakur.
Oh, yeah, I want to see like entertainment, and then pay the man for that entertainment.
Well,
I
got that.
I give it all different kind of traits of skills. I mean, even Andre Ward, someone that's like an analyst, like a perfectionist in boxing, like his IQ is high. He was even the commentator, like he was surprised how I did that jab where it was like a Superman punch to Josh Taylor, a guy that's undisputed and everything, and just made it look so easy. I bring so many things. I even brought a George Foreman combination now because that's everything. Everything is everything. Like I go back in time because that's where my future is at. And so like for as far as like retirement and stuff, honestly,
I think that Shakur is going to come out and try to fight or take the fight to Teo in the first 6 rounds at all. So if he's fighting off the back foot, if Teo can make it so that he's convincingly, or he's convinced at least Shakur that he may have won 4 of the first 6 rounds, you know, if it's 4-2 in Shakur's mind going into the second half of the fight, or if I'm looking at him stealing those first 6 rounds, then it's an interesting fight going into the tail end because Teo, to me, is a front runner, right? I want to see if he can carry his energy and his explosiveness late in the fight and not wear down. And then when Shakur starts to open up, you know, can you steal some of those championship rounds from him and make it like a close fight? I think if Teo comes out and does what he usually does, which is try to swarm Shakur early and keep Shakur on the defensive early, then he can try to steal a lot of those early rounds. And if he does that, then Shakur has to fight.
It is what it is. But all jokes aside, though, I feel like Teo is gonna bring the fight. He's very athletic. You know, he has a lot of explosiveness, and but I do feel like when it comes to Shakur, bro, his movement may frustrate him. The only thing that worries me when it comes to Teofimo is his frustration. Like, is he going to be able to work well with a mover? You know, we've seen, you know, difficulties that he had with Sandor Martin. We've seen the difficulties that he had with Jimmy Ortiz, guys that's been moving around and not staying still. Like, if you keep Teo moving around and he can't plant his feet, what can he do? We're going to have to find that out on, you know, January 31st. And I think Shakur, he's probably one of the best guys to, you know,